That inspiration, we just tryna got that international cheer. Peace and love with care. Cover all that's there. Total love affair. We cover the game from the top to the news. Celebrity drama, political trauma. The season of sports from basketball courts in the nation. Donation, support whenever you go, wherever you listen. Knowing how you do it, she always glisten. I'm telling you, we gotta get it right. So tune in, baby, right now tonight. Let me get that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow, gotta get the rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow, she got that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow, let me hear that rhythm and flow. Radio show.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams.
And this is Katie Lowe.
And I enjoy listening to IntellectualRadio.com.
And welcome to Rhythm and Flow.
Hey, I want to welcome you to the Rhythm Flow Radio Show. Right here in the house at Earlville, the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, an iHeart radio station with over 70 shows, 70 to 150 hosts and co-hosts, streaming 24/7 on your smart device with internet access. I want you to know that I am fat and fabulous. I am big and bodacious. I am plump and pretty. But most important, I am confident, cute, getting curvy. And I am the boss lady of Rhythm Flow Radio, your host, Katie Lowe. We have a great show lined up for you today. And sitting to my right is a sexy piece of dark chocolate. Hey, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Finger licking good.
Hello. Thanks. This is Bryant, McLemore. And you guys stay tuned for an amazing time because me and this girl be clowning.
So how you been doing, Brian?
You know, pretty good. I got up this morning. I knew my name. I knew where my car was parked. So the rest of the day was a bonus.
Is it right?
Whatever else happened after me knowing who I was when I woke up and knowing where I put my car, we just make it work.
Well, you did pretty good because I got something to tell everybody.
What?
I tell you that Friday the 13th.
Yes, Friday the 13th.
Got a hold on me.
Ghouls and goblins come out, especially when it comes in October.
Well, honey, I think I must have been a ghoul. Because listen, I got up Friday 13th. I knew who I was.
Right.
I put my feet on the floor.
Thank you.
And I know they was on the floor because I stumped them.
Won't he do it?
3.
Won't he do it?
And I decided on Friday the 13th, I would go out. Because we're in this pandemic, that COVID-19.
Yes.
That I'm gonna say his name. Usually I call him 45. I call him.
Well, we can't speak.
I call him
name.
hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
But I'm gonna call his name Donald Trump. We're in that COVID-19, so I decided that I would go out and I would get toilet paper. I would get me some paper towels.
Yes.
And I was gonna get me a staple that I know would last.
Right.
So I was gonna buy me some ramen noodles.
Girl, I did it.
I was gonna get me 4 cases of ramen noodles. I was gonna get me 4 pounds of shrimp, and I was gonna get me a case of chicken broth.
Right.
And a great big bag of frozen broccoli.
Okay, and you would have been good.
Hey,
you can last the whole time for that.
I'm trying to tell you, and I already had 4 cases of water at my house.
I did canned goods.
So I went to the Sam Club. Over in Cicero, 31st in Cicero.
Oh, yes.
They had not one case of paper towels, no paper towels, no toilet paper.
Yeah, that's the jewel by my house.
Lines all the way to the back of the store in every lane. So I left. Went to the Target in the same shopping area. I was able to buy a 12-pack of paper towels, huge rolls, for $15.
Oh. Target was undermining the store, you know.
But the sad thing is that who is that man, Jeff Bezos, that owned Amazon?
Yes.
Was selling that same pack
for $12.
Heck no, he wanted 36
on Amazon.
I kid you not. I've been an Amazon Prime member since 2014. I'm about to turn my Prime in.
That don't even make sense.
I'm serious. I posted
gouging. There was somebody that got fined for price gouging.
Well, that same pack of Charmin is $36. I believe in 12 cents on Amazon.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so I did get the paper towels, and I decided that nobody lives in my house with me.
Right.
So I already had like 10 rolls of toilet paper, and I use a Charmin Big Rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured that would last.
I'm a northern.
Huh?
I'm a northern.
You're a northern man?
Yes.
Well, I like that Charmin to rub up against my booty.
See, they got good commercials too.
You do too. I like something. I like some
ones
real
where the
stuff.
whole family of bears be waiting for somebody to come out the bathroom.
I like for them to say, I'm Charmin clean. I love it. But anyway, the crazy part of Friday the 13th, someone took my wallet out of my house. Now, they took my wallet off my desk.
In your house?
In my house.
But did they break a window or a door?
No,
Listen,
I invited them into.
I got
someone that I know.
Has to be because
I know. My wallet was on my desk. I had a delivery that came in that was $70 that I paid for. So there was $30 in my wallet. And there was a promotional $100 bill. It wasn't real.
A fake $100 bill.
Yeah.
And they took that.
They took that too. But the thing is, they had all of my ID. I
30
had
real dollars.
30 real
And
dollars.
100 fake dollars.
And 100 fake dollars.
Off your desk out of your house.
But they had my wallet. And in my wallet, I had just got, the real ID.
Yeah.
I just got that. So they had my birth certificate. They had my voter's registration card. They had my social security card. They had my credit cards.
Lord have mercy.
They had, I'm a senior citizen, so they had my
your senior card. I hope y'all are listening to this radio station.
But wait a minute. I didn't even know the wallet was missing. So Sunday, I was getting my locks retwisted.
And they look gorgeous.
No, Saturday, I was getting my locks retwisted. And I get this text message from Chase Bank. And they're asking me, they said, they wanted to know if I was in Calumet City at the Sibley Gas and Minute Mart.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Okay.
In
They
Cal
want to know
City.
if I was there buying
It's
gas.
on Sibley and on the corner in Cal City.
Okay. They want to know if I was there buying gas.
For everybody in Cal City.
But this is the funny part about it. Whoever got the wallet, you got my zip code, right? So,
Right.
when you put your card.
You just asked you for the zip code and you just punch it in.
Well,
there.
my
See,
zip
look.
code on my credit card is not the zip code that's on my license. So they'll never be able to use it.
Right.
Okay. But anyway, I was able to cancel
Oh my God.
all of the cards. I canceled all the cards. But the killing part, I am a medical marijuana patient.
And they got your medical marijuana card, girl.
Oh, baby.
Ooh, out of everything you told me, that was all terrible. But this
I
part is
was
devastating, y'all. They
I
got the
was like-
woman's medical marijuana card.
Yeah,
They can have your driver's license and your credit cards, but they can't take that.
I'm trying to tell you.
Lord have mercy.
I was
This
like,
was not a sad story until now.
I was like at home. I was at home. I was saying to myself, now, I just don't want to take this narco.
No, because you don't
Okay.
want to be passed out.
I don't want to take this stuff.
You might have to go to Ray Ray and Pookie.
So I went. I'm gonna tell you what I did. No, I wasn't gonna go to Ray Ray.
Well, Ray Ray them still got some of
Oh,
the ganja from what I
I
hear.
wasn't going to Ray Ray. Mm-mm.
You'd be
'Cause
like, honk, honk, Ray Ray, I lost my
I can't
card.
smoke it. See, I don't smoke it.
Oh, well, I think Ray Ray them
I-
got edibles too.
You
now.
think?
Yeah, I think they
Well,
can
see, I
modernize
either
themselves.
I usually eat it or I drink it.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think Ray Ray them got the drinks yet.
They don't have the drinks.
No, but they still smashed it down in the edibles and mixing it with marshmallows.
You're killing me. You're killing me. So anyway, you have to call everybody and you have to tell them that you lost things.
Yes.
And so as soon as I call the cannabis people, they immediately cancel the card.
Yeah, cancel your card out. So, but then you got to go. You can go get another though, can't you?
Oh, let me tell you,
What you got to go through to do that?
I got a blessing.
Amen.
They told me, they say, after I called them, I said, well, I wanted to know what I have to do to get a new card.
Right.
So they told me, they say, as soon as you get your new state ID, they wanted me to go into the system
Mm-hmm.
and put my new state ID in.
Into the system.
It would reactivate a card and I could print it off
What?
Woo! And go to the cannabis store.
Won't he do? Oh, won't he do it?
Woo!
Mm-mm.
How about that?
How
I
about
thought I
is
was
it-
gonna have to spend some money. I thought I was gonna have to go back to
How
the
about
doctor.
the blessing business is still
Listen,
working?
I'm serious.
Woo, won't he do it?
And the thing is, I took my police report. I went to the DMV. Because I'm a senior citizen. They put me in the front of the line. I walked in the DMV at 8:30. At 9 o'clock, I had a new CDL. I had a new real ID, and I didn't spend a dime.
What?
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? That's amazing. That is just amazing. And you know what? I always thought that front of the line thing was a scam until the older I got. And I was like, you know what? This is something good to this. You can get up front.
You can.
And going
Hey.
up there, they push you on through. So, you know, before my grandmother, when she got her driver's license renewed, she was 86.
Okay.
And I took her and I felt like I was taking a 16-year-old.
Wait a minute, she was 86 and still driving.
Oh, yeah. Before she passed, she had just got her FOI cards. Her FOI card came to after her funeral. Her gun renewal
Wait a minute,
card.
she had 86 and had a Ford card?
Yeah, my granny had a gun. Honey, she had guns when she passed. There's guns all over the house.
Baby, I know I'm going to be bad at
This
80.
thing had
I'm gonna be
guns,
bad at
and
86.
Her FOI card has still not expired. It won't expire until this summer. So I was gonna have to put on a wig and use her card because they wouldn't give me one.
You're so crazy. You are nuts. You are nuts. But anyway, to make a long story short, even though I went through all of that, and I'm gonna tell you, I was really stressed out.
Yeah, because you let somebody into your house.
I sure did. And you know what? You know, they say, oh, you don't let strangers. This was not a stranger.
No, strangers don't steal.
No, this was not a stranger.
No, somebody who knows.
Somebody, that's right. Absolutely.
Somebody who knows you. Strangers don't do that.
And Thursday or Friday, I will be seeing the video.
Of who it was.
That's right.
So are you listening? Whoever it is that got Katie's wallet,
And I
we
can't.
coming for you. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Yes, that's what I was saying.
And I can't wait to post it on Facebook.
Oh, you should.
Oh, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna put them on blast.
You should, because
Yeah.
it's shame on them.
It is. It really is. They didn't
And
have
it's
to do that.
shame on them.
Okay. So I had to get that off my chest.
Well, I'm
And
glad.
my chest feels so much lighter.
It still looks the same size.
Oh, you quit looking at my chest. Listen, I'm gonna play this song. I'm gonna play this song by Geo's Place. And then we're gonna come back. And we're gonna have to get into the meat of this show because Bryant has so much to talk about. And you know what? I got a great listening ear. I want to know. I want to be all up in his. Okay, so enjoy the music. The name of the song is called Attitude. Today's show is brought to you by Singleton's Education Academy, Inc., 4215 West End Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60624. They're teaching classes in life support, American Heart Association certified and approved, ACLS, BLS CPR, PALS, NPR. And if you need your CNA recertification, call my friend Ruthie Singleton at 773-475-7054 and set up your appointment today. Life is wide. It's that mojo Lady Petite and the Unity Band every first Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. at Pork Chops, 5121 South Harper. Inviting atmosphere, great food, and tasty libations. Lady Petite and the Unity Band every first Saturday, 7 to 10 p.m. Pork Chops, 5121 South Harper. $10 cover.
Cool, baby. Going to the young, you need to go to the boys' class.
Shut up. You know what? Today's show is non-scripted.
Right.
Because I don't care what I plan to do today. When I sit next to Bryant, everything gets out of hand. Okay. But I want to welcome everybody back to Rhythm Flow Radio Show right here in the house at Earl built, the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart radio station. I'm so glad I made it through that with no problems. But I'm looking on.
Pay the bills, baby. Pay the bills. You got to remember to pay the bills.
I'm looking on Bryant's document that he gave me. And the document says, in the basement with McLemore.
Yes.
Where the truth comes out.
And just like that, folks, in that order.
And I'm trying to tell you, if you go in that basement, you better go in there carefully because the truth does come out. Tell us a little bit about In the Basement with McLemore.
So, In the Basement with McLemore is a collaborative effort. If anybody knows me, they've been to my parties. There's always a basement party. I always have entertainers. I have a stage down there, and I buy musical instruments. So don't tell me you can play nothing because I forgot to bring my guitar. I'll be like, there go one. Go over there and get that. There's a trumpet over there too. So for my parties, I've always had these little spaces where we've had these conversations, which people feel comfortable when they're in the basement. They feel free when they get on the mic. People who've never sang before get on my little stage and on my mic and they sing, they do poetry. So I start to take that to a bigger, a macro. My good friend Delvin Molden came to the conclusion that I was the personality.
Okay.
And that behind the scenes I had been, and now I'm going to go to the forefront. So we're going to take In the Basement to another level. I want to give a couple of communities an opportunity to have a voice. One of the communities being the LGBTQRIAPQTUV.
Wait, what? Wait. Back that up.
A and
wait. Don't go down the alphabet now with me. Don't go, because you go in too many places and you have to
reel it back. That's what, you know what?
Now I know what the LGBTQ is, but this QRSTUVXYZ.
Yes, you know what?
You don't have to tell me what that is.
That just means there are too many labels.
Oh, okay.
And I want to disband them, actually.
Okay.
I don't think that people that sleep with other people should be categorized and have to stay in a psychological box because society tells them to. I think you should be free to say that's my friend and not that's my lesbian friend, or that's my friend Bryant, not my gay friend Bryant, or that's my Q. I mean, what you gonna go around calling people queer? I don't know the difference. Gay, queer, whatever. So I really want to dispel all that. Each show will have somebody from each of these genres. So, you know, my first 5 shows are already set for me. You know, the LGBT. So I'll have somebody and I'll be talking to them about those specific letters and why they identify and why they're so important or why they're not important. The other thing is to merge these communities that have been separated by boxes and by labels. The only way that we're going to make it as a people is all of us get down with the no labels and come together. That's the only way. I mean, we're going through it right now with COVID-19. You can't do nothing by yourself. You need to pull it together. And I mean, you think about, we sit up here worried about who's a LGBTQPRSTUNZ.
Yeah.
And it's not that important to me. So
you know, you make a valid point there. A real good point there, because society has already separated us.
Right.
We are just humans. We are human beings.
Right.
And they've already separated us
As
by
humans.
race.
Right.
Okay. Now they've taken race
and separating that by gender.
Yes.
And then we were already separated by not only race, we were separated by caste system.
Yes.
We're separated economically. We were separated by neighborhoods. We're separated by a bunch of stuff that we do. So we've been separated down into a micros. We're Rubik's Cube. Them little squares. And when you switch them all up, you got the Rubik's Cube thing is to get all the colors on one side. Psychologically, the Rubik's Cube is a separatist. You want all the blues on one side. You want all the reds on another side. You want all the yellows. And it takes some time to do it. So, you know, this country has been taking some time to do it too. And now we're at the point to where nobody is effective because they're too weak in their little small square. We want to be stronger as a people. I just want us to have these conversations. My show will have conversations that have been brought up by my friends and by people that I've come across in my life. There are people that are in same-sex relationships that are abused. There are people that have been abused by their pastor, the people at the church that they're supposed to be able to trust, but nothing that goes on like you're the bad person. My biggest opening is the story about being molested as a child. That's not a shameful thing for me. That wasn't my fault. So, but I carried that burden for a long time until I had to release it. And you know what I did? I told somebody. Now, I didn't go back and try to sue the people like they do now, but I did. I wrote a poem about it, which I recite all the time.
Wait a minute. You say you carried that burden for a long time.
Oh, yeah, over 30 some odd years.
Okay. Upon releasing it, what type of emotional feelings did you get rid of?
I was emancipated by, I wrote a poem about it as a child and then revisited the poem 30 years later, which I recited without a problem. And I did it on stage with my improv group, which was one of my other times that I was here when I was doing 6 Degrees.
Okay,
So 6
you're right.
Degrees will be coming back in the show, but that's a different thing. But the moment I was able to, my grandmother was in the audience, my mother was in the audience, my sister, my brother, my nephews, all my close friends, and people that I was a leader of their troop were all around me. We held mirrors and we spoke into the mirror to tell our truth. There were stories that we could not rehearse, and nobody knew what was going to happen. My stage was set with a child's room with Bert and Ernie on the bedspread, my trikes, my toys. And as I read the poem, all the toys were on clear string and they all just started to go away until there was nothing on the stage but me. And from that moment of me telling that truth and what happened to me in the form of art, I was liberated. From that moment on, I didn't have to carry it anymore. I got it out in front of the people that I thought I was going to be hurt by, that I was going to hurt the most, that I was going to be embarrassed the most by people that saw me as this one thing, but didn't know that this led me to be this person. So once I did that and I was liberated, it was no longer a problem. Okay. Then I could tell it all the time. I could say this poem all the time, or if somebody comes to me and say that they had an issue, in order for a person to open up, which is where we get back where the truth comes out. In the basement where the truth comes out. So some people might think, you're in the basement and I don't know what's finna come out. No, we're going to have a clean show here.
Well, you do have an amazing basement.
Oh, you're so sweet. There's a bed down there. She didn't get in the bed, y'all, when she came.
Bryant, we're not going to even talk about the bed, okay? We're not going to go there because this is a clean show,
oh,
Bryant.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not trying to talk
My
about
bad, guys. So we'll just... So you know what, Katie? I'm not even
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna give you that mic.
About Katie.
It's gonna be the Bryant McLemore show because River the Flow gonna be out the door.
But I'm sort of excited that for many years you guys know me as doing costume for movies and working behind the scenes. But my wardrobe area has always been a place of confidence. People have to be confident in taking their clothes off and letting me dress them in something else. Absolutely. And let them creating them into a person that they should be from the script. And that's all acting is becoming somebody you're not. So I'm combining McLemore's closet. McLemore's closet is not closed. I came out of the closet. And now we're into the basement. So we're making progress. And at some point, we're going to leave the house.
You need to stop.
We're making progress. This train is moving forward, folks. We're on our way somewhere. So I'm just excited that I have a person that is really interested in sponsoring some episodes, and that is a cry for you people out there in Radio Land. If you want to sponsor an episode, there's a way to do it. We've got a lot of things that we're being set up, so that we can have an audience that participates, and we can have some wonderful singers are going to be on my show, people that have maybe not gotten the break, and then some people that already have the break. I have a singer, Ann Nesby, has agreed to come on and perform on one of my shows.
Put it on paper, Ann Nesby.
That's right.
Yes.
So my uncle was Ann Nesby's first musician at Mount Zion Church. She's a member of my family church in Joliet.
Hopefully, I'm gonna put this in the universe. Hopefully, when she comes, we can get her right here at Intellectual.
I can get her right here anyway.
Well, so
we'll give her a call. So we'll get Ann Nesby on. Ann and her husband. I yelled out, "Hey, all right, Joliet," at the Pride show in Atlanta. She said, "Who said that?" I said, me. So when she finished performing, she came down and grabbed me, and then everybody was rolling their eyes at me because I spent the rest of the performance there with Ann.
All right.
And me and her went shopping with her husband, her granddaughter from Sunday's Best or The Voice, whichever one she won. But you know what? There are a bunch of artists that I've done favors for, and people that I've dressed that I'm calling on to come out and do this. Help me get. This is my. I'm actually saving my life and salvaging my dream.
So I know you're going to call on, I can't think of
Venice's.
The other one, somebody you traveled with.
Mary J. Blige.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yes, Mary J. Blige.
Absolutely.
So, Mary, if you're listening, girl, I'm gonna be calling you to come on my show, baby. I think
right now.
I'm putting it out in the universe that it's going to be so amazing and so informative, and that people are going to want to tune in to find out exactly where other people are right now in this space, and to talk about the stuff that we don't want to talk about.
So, I mean, why? What made you want to get involved in a talk show?
I guess because I'm always on stage, you know me.
Yes.
And in my basement and every place that I go, I get on this platform and I just want people to open up and I want conversation and not gossip, but I want the real person. So that's why most of the stuff will be unscripted. It'll be a topic. I've got a topic called Mommy versus Mommy. And we've got Married to the Church.
I want everybody to know that I don't have coronavirus. I have allergies.
She just coughing on me, y'all. And look, I got this stuff here for y'all that can see me.
I have these.
They didn't give me nothing to spray on her. I got to squirt this sanitizer in her mouth. It says kill 99% of the church. She has allergies, poor baby, just coughing and chucking and clucking.
I do. I have these allergies, and usually I have allergies to fiber and this carpet on the floor, and it tears me up when I come in here. So I don't want y'all to get scared, because this is a sanitized free studio. Okay. So I know y'all see me coughing and carrying on and carrying, I'm healthy. Believe me, I am. Okay. So I just wanted to say that.
She said that only because I'm stuck in here with her, y'all. Radio, TV.
We have a female, producer. Is that what it's called? No. Engineer. We have a female engineer. I don't want her to get sick. She has kids and she don't need her to take anything home to her children.
Right.
You don't need to take anything home. So I want you all to know that I am healthy.
Right.
I am healthy as a horse.
Yeah. And she doesn't say so herself.
Okay. Now getting back to the show. I just had to get that out because I know I'm probably sitting up here going crazy.
Yes.
Okay. So the show is done in episodes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
and how long are the episodes?
They're going to be half-an-hour episodes that will be streaming 2-minute, 3-minute segments on a podcast.
Okay.
But the episodes are half an hour long, and then depending on the media, we may have 15-minute segments that may be placed on certain things. My goal is to get a investor to buy our airtime on the channel 26 in the evening has airtime that you can just purchase and put your own content on that. The young man that I'm working with as a assistant producer actually has a straight to video venue, and he's also got a spot for me. So we're gonna just film it. I'm gonna film up a season. Starting out with the first 4 episodes, which the Katie Lowe Intellectual Radio Show will be invited to that, folks. So she'll be doing the official red carpet interviews on the first day of my show. So we'll be taping 4 shows in the first day. So y'all be tuned in.
Don't make me shout.
Right. And so on that day, that first day that we have a 12-hour taping day, I'd like to have every one of you that has ever known me, anybody that I've ever done anything with, because I have a whole audience to fill. I'll have to flip the show 4 times. So I'll shoot 4 episodes in that day, change 4 times, 4 different entertainers, 4 different topics, and 4 different audiences.
Now, you know what? Because you're going to be covering topics about the LGBT community, you're going to be defining things that I guess everyday lay people don't talk about.
Right. And the masses don't know. They have no idea.
You're going to be finding definitions.
Yes.
You're going to be talking about what they mean and how they relate.
And every show there'll be somebody that's from that diaspora so that we can first of all bridge this gap, because people are just like, I want to be about it. Even people within that community don't know what half the letters mean. They don't even know why there should be these letters, because they survived all this time without being. I guess the identifiers, if the identifiers are going to get you extra money, or you're going to be able to live into a better house or whatever, but you're not. You're just becoming a separatist, and they're separating you by psychological boxes. I want to talk about what those letters mean and have somebody from the community define them. I have spoken with a good friend of mine. I don't want to say his name on the air, but he's with the Howard Brown Health Center and the Center on Halstead. Howard Brown, for those of you who don't know, provides medical attention and testing for HIV/AIDS. They provide the hormone shots for transgenders. They provide just medical care, people in general, for a hospice of people that did not.
Center on Halstead?
Yes, the Center on Halstead. And then so I've been talking with them, and I'm hoping that they're going to come on board and sponsor some shows. So not only will these shows, let's say that, for instance, you were abused and you need counseling and you've never gotten it. The Howard Brown Health Center will be able to set up a counseling session for you, Howard Brown. Or let's say that you need to be tested, or that you're depressed, or that you there's a gap in your medical care because you're on HIV meds and you can't get your medicine. So I'm trying to join with them so that everything that I talk about on my show, if there's a need, then there's a connector. So it won't just be a girl.
I went to that Center on Halstead to an event. They were having a fashion show.
Oh.
And John Hill was the commentator that evening. I'm trying to think. One of the young men came on the show. He's a hairdresser. I can't think of his name for nothing in the world.
Well, they have a beautiful facility.
They have
I've rented it.
Facility.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a show. Some of the shows live will be there as well. I did a show there with the band. I rented that auditorium there, and I paid for a DJ, and you have to cater from the store that's downstairs.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
We did the catering, and they had a bartender. So
is there a living or a facility upstairs?
Upstairs. There are showers and there are spaces for homeless gay teens, so they can come there and wash their clothes, and they can come there and they can get a shower, and they can come there and they can search for jobs or for the internet or stuff like that. So people don't even know that there's a need out there for what you think of this scenario. You are a young young girl, or you're a boy, and you come and you say, "Hey, mom, dad, I'm gay," or I'm having interest, or I'm on the wall, I don't know. And they say, "Okay, well, get out, get your stuff and get out." They put them out. So not only did they have to go to hell at church every Sunday, because preachers I grew up in, they go to hell every Sunday church. Yeah. So no matter if you thought it, you go, I was like, dang, I'm chewing gum, I got to go to hell again every week. No matter what I thought, I was like, Lord have mercy. So finally I told my pastor one time, I was like, well, where's the part about the love that you said that we're supposed to love everybody, and that when are we going to talk about that? Because so far every week I have to go to hell, and I'm tired of bringing my money up here to this church and singing in this choir that I've been in for 15 years, and I got to go to hell anyway. So what's the point in coming back? So I wasn't the only one that felt like that. And then, so let's keep on with the scenario. Mom and dad, I think I'm gay. I might not be. I think I'm a lesbian. Okay, well, get out. Take your stuff and get out. You're a teen. You can't go to the church because the church was sending you to hell. You end up going to the streets, calling a man a mom, because that's your new tribe that takes you in. Your sexual, your body is all you have, because your ID is at home, your birth certificate's at home. You don't have a PO box. You can't get any medication. You can't get any mail. You can't get hired because you don't have an ID. You end up sleeping with people for sexual favors, or going to these houses and end up doing menial things like stealing. Not to say everybody, if they can get a job, but you think about the scenario with somebody that has nothing, that's been thrown into the world. Now you've got a man that's a mama. You got a house full of people that are like you, and you're doing the things that you have to do to survive. In promiscuous sex, you may end up catching the virus. You may have a sexual disease. Now you can't even go get treatment because you ain't got no ID, and you don't have an address, and you don't have a relationship with God, and you don't have a relationship with your parents. And now society is looking at me and putting me in this category and into this box. And that is my thing, is to dispel it. Okay. Look at the story. There's a full story that people are just thrown aside like they don't exist. You don't even know where they came from before they got to you. That's why you should treat everybody good the first time you meet them, because you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know there is a high percentage of suicides in the transgender, the gay, the lesbian community, because they're hermetically depressed and they can't get medication, or they have medication, or they're ashamed to get medication. It's a bunch of stuff that goes on top of that. And at the end of this, it can't always be a train that's the light.
You know, you're saying all of this, and I'm thinking about, and this is something that I saw on TV, and it was just a I guess a show with Billy Porter.
Yes, that's called Pose.
Yes,
That's our alma mater. Now that
right.
was
and some of the same things you're saying I saw in Pose.
yes, and that was the real life story that was the days of my youth, was Pose. I mean, that really was how it was.
Yeah, because
I
when you were
learned to
talking about their
design-
indies, you end up being in a house and
Ended
all
up
these-
calling the man a
yes,
mom, because that's true.
yes,
Now, thank God
yes.
that I grew up in my house, but I knew many people that were from that situation, and they were boosters, honey, because they dressed fabulous, but they'd be all down in the Nordstroms taking the people's stuff. That's just
honey, and they still doing
they're
it.
still doing it to this
and a
day.
lot of them are selling it.
Yes, they
And
are.
a lot of us are buying it.
And whole people are still buying it. So you think about the person's self-worth, and you want I wanted somebody to understand me, and I knew that if I wanted somebody to understand me, that I was a good person regardless as to my orientation, then I want to know somebody else's story, because there are a bunch of them.
Okay, I want to ask you this, because this is something I need to know, because I know these things exist in a heterosexual life.
Yes.
In the gay community, is there sex abuse?
Of course there is. There's same-sex abuse, and that is a good segue to the book that should be attached to the show. And it is about same-sex abuse. It's about somebody that was in love with somebody that was pretty much a emotional vampire, pretty much somebody that just took advantage of them, that pretty much, beat the person up all the time, and they hid it.
Is there more lust than love?
There is more lust than love, but then there's sometimes that people fall in love and they're in love. But I mean, I want that to be the question. Are you in a lustful relationship? That means that y'all just getting down and everything's great all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in a love relationship? Which means that y'all can watch Netflix and eat a bowl of ice cream and just lay down and go to sleep, because in the morning both y'all got to get up and get things together, because there's a road there. Which one you taking?
Okay, let me ask you this too. I know that you've never been married, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you ever desired to be married to a man?
You know what? I can't say that I've desired to be married, because I'm really not the marrying type. Unless you really, really, really push me out of my box, I'm probably, when marriage to men and women became legal, I was sort of freaked out about it, because of the era that I came from, and because of the brainwashing that I came through with the church. Now, even me, we were kiss and don't tell in my era. You just handled your business, but you went on to work. You didn't want to be caught on the streets carrying no purse. That's just to say who I am. I don't think that you should be defined by hypersexuality. I think that who you fall in love with, you should fall in love with them. But straight people and gay people and people all over the planet often say, well, which one's the wife? There ain't no wife.
I mean, but it's it's just so open today.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the city of Chicago.
Yes.
You got a mayor that has a wife.
Right. And my best friend, who's been married 6 years, my best friend, LaVan Jackson and Kendrick Slaughter Jackson, I sang at their wedding. Denver. It was the most beautiful wedding I'd ever been to. It was in the Watchtower downtown Denver on the 16th Street Mall. We had a party bus that went up to Telluride, Colorado, to the casino. We had a champagne and mimosa brunch. Just absolutely beautiful to tears. Then that was my best friend that I've been friends with for over years. Stoney, if you're listening, I ain't gonna tell a whole age, so you get it together. But he found love and is happily married, and I would love that for myself if it's to come. I won't push the agenda now because I think I got a lot of stuff to do, and I really want somebody to be there in my corner and support me for what I'm doing. And I think that there's a cause for somebody that is that dedicated in the world that we're in to marry somebody that's of the same sex and to make it work and to have children and to be just you and me, baby, against the world.
Those will be some of the topics that you may discuss on your show.
Yes, everything that you mentioned. Yes.
All right.
So I don't know, y'all. I mean, I would suggest you tune in just so that you can be educated. And it'll be interactive on the podcast too. So you can ask questions the week prior to the next show, and we'll answer them once we get up and running.
Okay, give me a date. We're gonna come back with another step. Give me a date on when this is gonna start.
So we actually had a date of April 18th, but we have been pushed back due to the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So we're not in production right now, and I'll have to get back with you guys to let you know our specific date. I know that we've been pushed out of April. Into May. So even our investors are put on hold right now. Everything is really at hold. And I'm a Diana Ross fan, girl. I'm supposed to be at the Wynn Hotel at Diana Ross's concert April. She done canceled. She done canceled the show. I'm so sad.
Everything is canceled. I mean, if there's something in an arena, any big event,
it's canceled.
It's canceled.
Right.
Okay. And after a while, listen. You may not believe this, but Donald Trump on Friday the 13th, whether you believe it or not,
when they stole her wallet.
No, when they stole my, you're right.
On the same day, y'all listen.
On the same day, they put into effect something that's called the Stafford Act. And people better go and read upon it. Now, they haven't put the Stafford Act in place, but they're going to put it in place. They claim that they have to in order to release these funds.
Yes, for people to get paid that
are
not working. But
the Stafford Act quarantines you to your home. You better read up on it because it's going to happen.
Right.
Okay? But listen, let me play this song, and we're going to come back and do this last segment. And then they're going to put us out of here.
Hell no, we won't go. Oh, did I cuss? I'm sorry. Heck no, we won't go. We won't go.
Enjoy this music by Geo's Place. Yeah, we're coming back. Y'all just don't know. Every time Bryant comes in, there's an upset. But anyway, I want to welcome you all back to the Rhythm Flow Radio Show right here in the house that Earl built, the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Radio Station. I want to thank you. I want to thank Wanda, the engineer.
Yay!
Hey, listen.
She's pretty and talented.
Not only is she talented, she's an engineer. She is the creative director right here at IntellectualRadio.com. And
Wanda.
you can listen to her every Saturday at 2:00 with every Sunday. I am so sorry. You can listen to her every Sunday at 2:00 with the He Said, She Said.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
listen, if you have a problem, a relationship problem,
You better get on there, y'all.
you need to call 708-223-8953 on Sunday so they can straighten you out.
Right.
I mean, they have a life coach.
And get you together.
Hey, we'll straighten your business out.
You got to get you together.
Hey.
Wanda, you got to add a subject, though. Well, I'm finna come on here.
Wanda, they have
Be
great
called. I'm going to be calling.
They
in. You
have
to add a
great
subject, baby.
topics, and I always share a show on my page. And the reason that I do that, because I shared it one time.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? After I shared it that one time, somebody asked me, well, why come you didn't share that show the next week?
Right.
So I make sure
to share.
I share it every Sunday. And that's He Said, She Said right here on Intellectual Radio, Sundays at 2. Now, I got to pay this bill before I leave.
Pay the bills, baby. Pay the bill.
So here is bill number 1.
Do.
Play that music.
Do.
Okay, hold on. Chicago, Illinois, 60624. They're teaching classes in life support. American Heart Association certified.
That's what I'm
and
talking
approved.
The
ACLS,
life support class.
BLS, CPR, PALS, NPR. And if you need your CNA recertification, call my friend Ruthie Singleton at 773-475-7054 and set up your appointment today. Life is wide. It's that mojo Lady Petite and the Unity Band every first Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. at Pork Chops, 5121 South Harper. Inviting atmosphere, great food, and tasty libations. Lady Petite and the Unity Band every first Saturday, 7 to 10 p.m. Pork Chops, 5121 South Harper. $10 cover. Listen, yeah. Y'all know sometimes I am never lost for word because I have a gift of gab. But when Brian comes into the studio, he throws everything off. And I tell you, Brian, go on and do your last words.
Yes. So this is I want you guys to look forward to In the Basement with McLemore, where the truth comes out. It's going to be the most informative thing you've ever watched. You will have entertainment. You will be enthralled with disbanding some of these myths about all these letters. And you might even see something that you're really intrigued with. So, you guys, if I've ever supported you or not supported you or wanted to support you, just come on out and support a brother. And you can sponsor a show. So you can do your advertisement on my show and you can sponsor a show. And just at Bryant, Bryant .McLemoresmith@gmail.com.
All right. I want to say thank you to Percy Wesley, who was on the show last week, and he represented the Gentleman Gradowski show. I want to thank him so much for taking out his time to be a part of the Rhythm Flow Radio show right here on Intellectual Radio. I'm going to leave you with the saying, and then, it's almost time for us to get out of here.
Wow.
I want to remind you that each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all women, Maya Angelou. Don't get upset when Black people are misportrayed in the mainstream media. They use their media to reflect their views. So we should build Black media to reflect ours. This is the Flow Radio Show on IntellectualRadio.com, the house that Earl built, the #1 internet radio show. Hey, it's an iHeart radio station. And I'm going to leave you with some music. And I'm going to leave you with a love song.
Yes. You guys.
They're not going to be at the venue because the event was canceled, but you can enjoy the music. And Brian, it's because I love you.
I love you more, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Play that music.
Bye, y'all.
Girl, you know I